New Zealand's biggest basketball star, Stephen Adams, is back in the country with his trio of camps for aspiring junior players getting underway in Auckland this morning. Identical events will follow in Palmerston North and Dunedin. Well, this year the country's only current NBA player will also fund an invitational game for 40 of the best high school players New Zealand has to offer, which will be very exciting for them. Despite this contribution, a question still lingers. When will the Kiwi, who's not just playing but excelling in the world's best basketball league, eventually play for his national team? New Zealand. Clay Wilson and Dan Cook with this report.
Russell, up top to Stephen Adams.
As New Zealand's most high-profile basketballer in history, Stephen Adams understands there are plenty in this country who want to see him in a black singlet. But for the meantime, the Oklahoma City Thunder star has a message for those people.
So if they're personal fans of mine, like, that's cool, but if you're a Tall Blacks fan, then support the Tall Blacks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not playing for them. But if you are a fan of Tall Blacks and play, I'm a fan of Tall Blacks, then watch the Tall Blacks, support them. You know what I mean? It's still a country thing. These players are still going out there and playing for the country. That's great.
There was hope ahead of recent games against Hong Kong and China, the former in his hometown of Rotorua. Adams might have already made his Tall Blacks debut. He says he spoke to New Zealand coach Paul Henare, but preferred to continue contributing in another way.
Definitely considered. I mean, I'm always in talks with Paulie and stuff like that. Yeah, but honestly, it's just one of those things, and I always say it's like, you know, when the time is right and stuff like that. But I just concentrated on just like helping the kids, honestly, mate. Because ultimately, the future, these kids that we're helping now, especially with this high performance thing, they're gonna make basketball in New Zealand better than what it is. I mean, it ain't just me.
This year, New Zealand's highest paid sportsman has upped the ante in his desire to grow the game here from the ground up. Adams hopes his new high school invitational game will not only give talented teens much needed exposure, but teach valuable lessons he learned on his path to stardom.
We have some people coming in and talking to them, educating them about the path that they can take and stuff like that. So it's much more than just playing. You know, that's cool. We know that you could play, but it's like the off-court stuff. Can you like get that under control? Because that's probably the biggest factor. That's probably going to either propel them forward or just hold them back.
It's a contribution that isn't just noticed in New Zealand. The shaggy-haired 7-footer has endeared himself to Oklahoma and NBA fans across America with his uber-Kiwi personality and no-nonsense play. Thunder Vice President of Corporate Communications Dan Mahoney says Adams has made a considerable impact.
But we see it in our social media numbers, we see it in our web traffic, we see it, you know, in TV numbers when games are broadcast here. We see it in our merchandise sales, jersey sales. We know that there's a great love of the NBA, and there always has been here, but now there's the fact that people in New Zealand now know where Oklahoma City is. That's very encouraging to us, and it makes us feel really good.
Adams also has that effect on the Kiwi kids benefiting from his program. 12-year-old Tuhi came all the way from Paihia to attend today's camp.
It's cool because he teaches us how to play basketball and how he plays in the NBA.
Do you watch a lot of his games in the NBA?
Yeah.
And what do you think about him as a player? What do you like about Stephen Adams?
Well, people call him he's like a brick wall, especially in pick and roll. He stands there for a screen and they just on the ground already.
It's that ability to inspire and assist young players that will continue to drive Adams' contribution to basketball in this country. As for when that will extend to turning out for New Zealand, in his own unique way, Adams says the lines of communication between himself and Henare will remain open.
Yeah, we have phones, mate. Yeah, give a little text back and forth. Yeah, just give a little buzz. Yeah, he hits me up, gives me an update on what's going on, situations, yada yada.
With a World Cup just a year away, you can bet the Tall Blacks coach will be ready and waiting for that decisive call. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi pōnei, ko Clay Wilson aho.